If you look at the postmortems of the miners that got wrecked last cycle, energy costs are the obvious killer. But there's a second silent killer that most people completely overlook: CAPEX bloat. Most crypto projects are just customers of someone else's supply chain. But Morphware just made a move that almost no one is paying attention to. And it might be the most base piece of vertical integration I've seen all year. Morphware is currently scaling a 6 megawatt facility in Paraguay. But the facility itself isn't the story. They're also spinning up container manufacturing in parallel. That's not just expansion, that's scaling in parallel with full supply chain control. Welcome to Morphware After Dark. Today we're breaking down the container manufacturing play and why it's quietly becoming one of Morphware's biggest strategic advantages. Let's dive in. First up, the vertical integration play. Containers have become the standard for industrial Bitcoin mining. But here's the problem. Relying on third-party vendors means you're paying premium prices, $50,000 to $150,000 per 40-foot unit, and you're stuck waiting on someone else's timeline. Morphware flipped that. By manufacturing in-house, they cut procurement bottlenecks and compressed lead times that normally run 60 to 90 days. They control their CAPEX. Containerized infrastructure cost anywhere from $200,000 to $250,000 per megawatt, compared to $300,000 to $500,000 for traditional warehouse builds. That's a 30 to 50% savings that compounds at scale. And here's the kicker. This isn't just about cost savings. Morphware can fabricate containers for their own operations and sell them to other miners as a distribution hub. That's a new revenue stream. It's all about building the machine that builds the machine. And here's the alpha. While competitors' timelines get wrecked by clearing customs, international shipping, and vendor queues, Morphware ships directly from the source. Now let's connect the dots here, because this is where it gets interesting. Modular data centers are becoming the dominant deployment model for Bitcoin mining worldwide. Right now, roughly 40 to 45% of new industrial-scale Bitcoin mining farms are being built with containers instead of warehouses. And there's a reason for that. Containers win because they're mobile. You can relocate when energy contracts shift or regulations change. They're energy native. You deploy them directly at dams, solar farms, or flare gas sites. They offer capital flexibility. As movable assets, they retain a high level of resale value across different energy jurisdictions. The first wave of deployment is focused on ASIC mining operations, where containers provide rapid deployment at energy sites. But here's where it gets even more bullish. Modular data centers are also becoming viable for AI compute infrastructure. While Bitcoin mining drives current demand, AI's energy crunch is accelerating. And containers are the solution for flexible, rapidly deployable compute. That's not just one market, that's two. Energy bottleneck plus rapid expansion needs equals containerized infrastructure becoming the default. So here's where Morphware's positioning gets really interesting. Paraguay is already Morphware's energy base, home to the Atapu Dam, one of the largest sources of clean, cheap hydro on the planet. Now, by adding container fabrication, they've turned that into a vertically integrated production and distribution center. South American demand is growing. There are emerging renewable microgrids and expanding Bitcoin mining operations across the region. All of them need containers. Logistics advantage: manufacturing in Paraguay means direct access to South American markets. No international shipping delays, less customs nightmares. Containers shipped directly from the source. Cost arbitrage: Paraguay's lower operational costs compound the already favorable unit economics of containerized builds. And here's the moat. Morphware doesn't just supply energy to miners, they supply the infrastructure too. That's two revenue streams from one geographic location. While competitors are stuck in vendor queues, Morphware is building, deploying, and selling at the source.